So maybe you heard something about that Hillary Clinton gave uranium to Russians or whatever. Well, here we're going to break it down. This is from a website called Powerline. Lots of places have written about this. And this guy says, in 2005, Bill Clinton and a guy named Frank Giustra visited Kazakhstan. This guy, Frank Giustra, he's a massive donor to the Clinton Foundation. Giustra's goal was to buy uranium mines in Kazakhstan. To this end, he and Bill Clinton met with the leaders of Kazakhstan government. As a result of the visit, Giustra got major mining concessions, which were approved by the Kazakhstan government. Kazakhstan got Bill Clinton publicly to praise its alleged progress in democracy and human rights. The Clintons received $31 million donation to their foundation from Giustra, along with a pledge to donate $100 million more. So you see with that Clinton Foundation is it could get really corrupty. The deal with Kazakhstan made Giustra's company Uranium One a major player. It proceeded to buy large amounts of holdings in the United States and became an attractive target for Russia. A Russia company made a hugely attractive offer to purchase the company. Uranium One agreed to the purchase. The deal required approval by the United States government and the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton. During the period when the deal with Russia was under consideration, the Clinton Foundation reported $2.6 million from the Uranium One. Its contributions were not disclosed by the Clintons, despite an agreement Hillary had reached with the Obama White House to publicly identify all donors. During this period, Bill Clinton also received $500,000 from a Moscow speech from a Russian investment bank that was promoting Uranium One stock. So you see how this all gets... this was more than his usual speaking fee. Hillary Clinton duly approved the deal. It made the Russian company Rosatom one of the world's largest uranium producers and brought Vladimir Putin closer to his goal of controlling much of the global uranium supply chain. The deal left huge amounts of U.S. uranium under the control of Russia. The New York Times estimated this share at 20%. But Peter Schweitzer, the author of Clinton Cash, say that it amounts to almost 50% of projected U.S. uranium output. When Hillary Clinton was questioned about the deal, she said she had no reason to intervene in the decision. But Raphael Williams of Circa reports that memos contained on WikiLeaks show Clinton was warned about Russian attempts to flex its muscle in uranium markets, and members of Congress also sounded the alarm. The State Department had obtained a strategy paper from Rosatom, that Russian company seeking to purchase Uranium One. The strategy paper alarmed U.S. diplomats because it confirmed fears that Russia was moving to control the long-term supply of nuclear fuel, shut Westinghouse out of the market, and extend Moscow's influence over Europe. The resulting diplomatic cable lays out what Williams calls, quote, a clear warning from career U.S. officials about why expanding Russia's control of uranium markets was bad for the United States and for its allies in Europe. In addition, members of Congress pointed to the dangers of the Rosatom deal. Senator Joe Brasso said, quote, it would give the Russian government control over a sizable portion of America's uranium production capacity. Representative Peter King said it would pose great potential harm to the national security of the United States. Clinton then had ample reason to intervene in the decision, but doing so would have been inconsistent with the interests of those who were donating so generously to her foundation. Despite the warnings from her own diplomats, despite the warnings from Congress, Clinton let the deal go through. Who were the winners in this transaction that began with Bill Clinton's visit to Kazakhstan and ended when the United States approved the Uranium One Rosatom deal? The Russians, obviously, but not just the Russians. Frank Giustra won big. So did the Clintons, who raised tens of millions, if not more, in the saga. Even Kazakhstan came away with something, though whether it contemplated Russia's controlling its uranium is another matter. The only loser here, for sure, is America. So there you go. She's out there saying we should be afraid of Russia again. Meanwhile, they're taking millions of cash in exchange for giving over United States uranium, nuclear fuel, to Russian control. So, Whatever you think you're doing when you're voting for Hillary Clinton, you're not doing that. When you're voting for Hillary Clinton, you're telling the establishment, the corrupt, warmongering, worker decimating, climate polluting establishment that they can count on your vote. No matter how bad they fuck over the planet or their own people or their workers, how badly they sell you out, how badly they're in bed with the billionaires, oligarch class that is raping America. No matter, they can count on your vote. Why? Because Trump. Because there's some incompetent maniac who his own party is running away from. That's the guy that everybody's afraid of. So whatever you think you're doing when you're voting for Hillary Clinton, you're not.